We know farmers feed us, but are they really doing their part for our environment? Can crop rotation and fertilizer play a role in conservation? Join us as we listen to the story from the farmers inside the tractor, the land stewards themselves. You may be a little surprised as they tell the story of cultivation and conservation, the real conversation.
This is what you were talking about. You can see, like in the Midwest, they don't even recommend like a unit of nitrogen per bushel. I mean, it's like 0.8 units of nitrogen to 1 unit of nitrogen per bushel of corn that you intend to make. Well, here it's like it starts at 1.2, so we're automatic. We're putting 20% more just to compensate for our leachability. So, like you say, anything that we can do to increase our soil's ability to hold to nutrients.
Well, and kind of building on that too, one thing we also do here, and it does kind of, economics regulates you. It makes you do things, it makes you do what is the right thing to do, because if you don't, it's going to hurt you. If you don't take care of your land and you let it get all washed out, you're not going to make, the field's not going to make anymore, and you're going to go broke. So, but it's the same thing with the crops that we grow. Like, if you think about like corn. Corn is not a really great fit for us here. In some fields, in some situations it is. Like, everybody's got some dirt, or most people do, that somewhere that can sustain a good corn crop. But you don't have enough of it that you can plant it in every field. And really, there are some fields that should never have it planted in. Real sandy dirt, stuff like that. We grow cotton and peanuts here. These are drought-tolerant crops. These are more effective and efficient at utilizing fertilizer than a crop such as corn. And they don't require as much fertilizer. Nitrogen doesn't require as much fertilizer. Cotton doesn't require as much nitrogen fertilizer as corn does. It's like half, to make a good crop. And peanuts are a legumes, you don't have to put any. And, and generally speaking, we use the peanuts in our rotation to reach down deep and kind of mine some of the fertility that's gotten leached down in the soil profile, kind of down below where you can utilize it with a cotton plant that has higher nutrient needs. But a peanut can reach down there; it's a good scavenger and can get that stuff back up. You don't generally have to fertilize peanuts with nitrogen or phosphorus or potassium. Just take some calcium. But
with y'all's rotation, Ryne, are y'all generally speaking 2 years of cotton and a year of peanuts, essentially, or 2 or 3 years of cotton?
2 or 3. Yeah. In some fields, 3 in our better, stiffer dirt, like around this area, and around our shop, we tend to stretch it out to 3 years of cotton. But then down in Bryan County on the sandy dirt, we go 2 years and then 1 year of peanuts, because it gets beyond being efficient. Because that third year of cotton, if you try to do it, you end up having to put so much fertilizer on it, and you kind of feel like you're backing up.
I feel that's a general kind of rotation for most folks around.
I think probably
in
so.
This whole area, coastal plain area.
Yeah, I think so. I think you can definitely see the benefit of having the peanuts in the rotation from the standpoint of it being a legume, and it helps build up the nitrogen in the soil. And there's so much organic material that goes back into the soil that's
really
feeding those microbes and all that stuff. It's good. You can tell the cotton fields that were planted behind peanuts versus ones that were planted behind cotton.
You always get a little bump.
You get a little bump, yeah.
But the other thing is, the other side of that coin is where we do go 3 years of cotton and 1 year of peanuts. You can tell the difference on that peanut field, because the longer of a gap you have between your peanut crops, the more you've reduced the disease inoculum in the soil, and it just makes such a difference. If you can go 1 more year, it always makes a tremendous difference in how good those peanuts do. Even if it's dry, it's just, there's always a little bit of a yield gain there that you can see, and it's a balance.
These farmers really do care about what they do, and it's so encouraging to see that they want to do what's most sustainable for the environment, their people, and their business. For all you do, we thank you. Join us next time for another segment on cultivation and conservation, the real conversation.